Hi, I'm Dr. Chip Roper. I'm the founder of Voca, and I'm one of our coach consultants. And I guess one of the ways I describe myself is I'm a builder. I love to build things. I have since I was a kid, whether it was a fort or a project or a program. And I see myself as a person who loves to build things that make life better for others. And I've done that in business, I've done that as a pastor of a church, and now I do that here at Voca. And as a coach, I think people walk away from time with me with clarity. I think that's the word they often use. They have clarity about what's really going on in the situations that they're facing, what has caused some of their tensions and challenges, and they have clarity about what to do. So it's kind of a sense of here's where I've been and here's what I need to do. People walk away from coaching with me with that sense of clarity pretty consistently. Client success to me, I mean, that's really what it's about. It's really helping a client solve their problem in a way that feels authentic to them and in a way that results in sustained change. And one of the ideas I loved in the training I did in coaching was that sometimes as a coach, you need to be more of an advocate for the client's goals than even the client might be. Like sometimes we all have goals and then we sort of, we start a him and haw and we don't get on with it. And so as a coach, that's what client success means to me. I help you achieve your goals. What's energizing for me as a coach? How do I kind of do some of my best work? I think I love it when there's this combination of two things in a client. A willingness to do the work. Because coaching is work. You're going to have to wrestle with hard questions about yourself. You're going to have to learn things about who you are and how you show up with others that may be a little difficult to handle at times. But they are motivated, so they have this willingness to do the work. You know, when we come to subsequent sessions, they're prepared, they've got questions, they've got notes, they're ready to go. They're doing the work. And the other thing is that the whole engagement starts. This may sound kind of strange, but the whole engagement starts with something that needs fixing. I think one of the secrets of good executive coaching relationships is that there's some pain on the part of the coachee, and I'm not the one inflicting the pain at all. I mean that there's a sense of burden. There's something that needs to be adjusted or changed, and so when you combine that sense of pain and an acute need to make things better and a willingness to do the work, I think that makes for great coaching, and it's energizing for me when I get to work with people like that. I've been coaching for at least 10 years. It kind of started as a side approach to pastoral counseling when I was a pastor, and so it probably started 08, something like that. So that's about 14 years ago. And along the way, I learned everything I could by receiving coaching. I found that being a coachee, very valuable, and then I started to share that with others. That's a kind of another thing about me. I think it's one of the mantras I've used in my life is to discover and to share. Find things of great value and pass them on to others. And that's how I got started in coaching in a lot of ways. I experienced coaching, I experienced the power of assessments, particularly the Highlands Ability Battery, which is one of the ones we use here at Voca. And that just sort of, I wanted to share it. It was really good, it was really helpful, it was life-giving for me. I wanted to share it with others. And I think that connects to this theme of faith. The reason I became a pastor is because I went through this whole journey of wrestling with doubt. I doubted the faith I had been raised with. I was doubting my own wisdom and figuring out how to do life. And I was burned out by doing things on my own. And that led me into a season of seeking and finding that, as I summarize it, Jesus is actually who he says he is, and that changes everything. And this idea that that all of us have value and dignity that comes from this idea that we're all made in God's image, and that we need people to help us realize that divine potential. That's all flows through coaching. Coaching is a very hands-on way to help each person realize their divine design. And so there's a real intimate connection for me with faith and what we do as coaches. For me, I'd been trained in counseling, and I started to do some coaching, and then I decided I needed a credential. So I talked to people here in New York that I knew, and they said go to Columbia University. They have a great coaching program. It's a partnership between the Teachers College, which focuses on adult learning, and the business school, which focuses on professional outcomes. And so I did that and was certified through Columbia as an executive coach after about 9 months of training and a rigorous exam process. It was kind of crazy. So that's how I got trained. And I just want to say that I really think that my clients feel heard when they work with me. They feel like I get them, and they feel like there's hope. And so those are things that people walk away with when they spend time with me in the coaching relationship. And so, if you're looking for a coach and you're interested in talking to me, I'd love to talk to you.